We all agree that humans have the strongest brains in all of biology. But this brain test I'm going to ask you to take is going to turn that perception on its head. Now there's 1, 2, 3 on the screen. Remember where they are. Now, please, from memory, restore the numbers in order from smallest to largest. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, yes. So here's how we raise the level of difficulty. Same rules, remember the next number that appears on the screen. When they're gone, restore them in order from smallest to largest. If you think it's too short, there's no time to remember. That's normal. Because the 9 digits are displayed for only 0.5 seconds. I'm sure 99.9% of people can't complete this test. But next we look at how the stars perform when doing the same test. Same 0.5 seconds, 9 numbers. The chimpanzee did it without stress. Seeing him in action. Do you feel like you've been shaken to the core? Man's proudest brain was crushed by an orangutan in this test. Why chimpanzees have so much brain power? Why didn't they become higher animals? What exactly is the method by which humans became the top species? Please don't go away. Because the answers to these questions will be far beyond your knowledge. Completing this brain test was a chimpanzee named I from the Primate Research Institute at Kyoto University in Japan. I was born in Africa in 1976. He was given to the Primate Research Institute at Kyoto University when he was 1 year old. At this point in time, there are no other people here except for the new I, and 2 chimpanzees named Attila and Mari. I came to the institute. The researchers started the 3 of them learning words and memorizing shapes at the same time. 57 days later, and they remembered the glove ball. Names of 8 objects such as blocks, also memorized the names of 11 colors, and mastered the Arabic numerals from 1 to 9. After a while, they've mastered the 26 letters of the alphabet. And also began to use the alphabet to communicate with humans in a simple way. One day in 1989, I and Attila escaped from the institute. On the way, he also scratched several elementary school students from a nearby school. But they ended up getting dragged back to the institute. While investigating how they escaped, people are surprised to find I'm just a one-man show. Opened several locks with different keys in a matter of seconds. And then escaped with Aguilar. This newcomer was a sensation in Japan at the time. People are intimidated by the intelligence of chimpanzees. 2001, the researcher wanted to see if the stars could understand the concept of money. So they gave the chimp some coins. And make them understand that they can take these coins and exchange them for something in kind from the researcher. Shortly thereafter, the researchers then found that several chimps began to exhibit money-saving behavior. They even trade coins with each other. While the above acts of prime coinage are enough to make people feel amazing, but the most shocking thing is this brain test mentioned at the beginning of the video. And I'm not the only one in the institute whose son, Humor, could have easily done the test. So why on earth would an orangutan beat a human in this test? Professor Matsuzawa of the institute believes. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, primates hid from predators. They basically live in trees. But some of them, or some of their populations, since it cannot compete in terms of strength with other similar, consistent lack of access to adequate food, forced to do something about it, they have no choice but to stay away from the rest of their kind. That is, life out of the trees. To the plains for new opportunities. Although more food can be found on the vast plains. But there are more dangers here, too. Primates are at risk of being hunted anywhere, anytime. The reason why, their brains have to analyze and process the information they hear and see in a very short period of time. So that they can make the fastest judgment possible in the event of danger. Escape from danger. And the one that went from the trees to the plains certainly had the same ability. But on the open plains, that's not enough to help them survive. To protect yourself, they must work together as a team. To defend against predators. When working as a group, individuals with different divisions of labor can work together better in order to. Gradually they evolved the ability to speak. With the help of language, they're working more and more efficiently with each other. The group is getting stronger. Not only have these primates managed to survive on the plains, and even converted from the position of the prey to the predator. Slowly, they no longer need their old ability to quickly analyze and process intelligence. In the fullness of time, this ability has gradually deteriorated. That's why the chimpanzees can do that test. And the reason why humans can't do it can be seen. The professor's point is well taken. And that may well be the case. That's because a 2012 study published in the scientific journal Nature showed that humans and chimps are only 1.75% genetically different. But this raises a question. There are so many animals on the plains and people too. They face danger all day long, just like the elders. But why is it that only primates have evolved language? And eventually evolve a higher intelligence? What's the difference between primate autapomorphies and other animals? And how did they evolve? We all know that Darwin's theory of evolution suggests that humans evolved from apes. And apes evolved from a mammal that looked like a mouse. Push it all the way up. The theory of evolution holds that the ancestor of most of the mammals now on Earth was an animal like this one. But archaeologically, people never found this rat-looking animal. Fossils that look like intermediate species in the evolution of apes and monkeys. In other words, hundreds of thousands of years ago, a primate species has somehow appeared on Earth. Although they were not as intelligent as modern humans. But if they have the same intelligence as a chimpanzee, that means their intelligence was at the top of the planet at the time. As mentioned in my past videos, humans may have been born of some other intelligent race. They're genetically modified, turning chimps into humans. Every country, the myths of the people all record stories with highly similar content. China's Nuwa created man, the Greek myth of Prometheus' creation of man, God's creation of man in the Bible. It's all about making a body out of clay. Blow on it. And then to give people awareness. I used to think that all these old myths were describing the same thing in a different way. The clay in the genetic modification myth represents the bodies of primates on Earth at that time. The breath that God blows represents the genes that have been combined into the animal's body. But after learning about the various research findings of the Spirit Institute, I changed my mind. Maybe humans really did evolve from apes. It's also true that chimpanzees and humans shared the same ancestors. Chimpanzees have strong bodies, winning a competition hundreds of thousands of years ago, and have been living in the trees. The human one doesn't stand out due to his physical abilities, forced out of the trees and into the plains. But in the end, it was a blessing in disguise. Developed language skills, on to the top. So it's not human beings who have special powers. It's the ancestor of humans and chimpanzees. They have the potential to become highly intelligent beings. The mythological ones who created mankind. A clay figure made out of clay is a primate. And the breath that blows is the seed of wisdom. They have primates with seeds of intelligence competing and evolving with each other. Only in this way can a perfect intelligent race be born that is adapted to the Earth's environment and possesses a high level of intelligence. Although we humans are physically weak in the animal kingdom. But thanks to that, let's just say that this one has evolved the ability to speak. And eventually develop higher intelligence. If not, it is highly likely that today's humans and chimpanzees will undergo an identity exchange. And then it could be us who are caged and studied.